What's up, everybody? And today we are learning about the Rake. The Rake apparently is some sort of monster that people see every now and again. It's a creepypasta, which I still don't know what is the term creepypasta. I don't really know. I know it's scary stories online, right? That's pretty much all it is. But why is it called creepypasta? Like, where does that come from? Like, that's so weird, right? Anyway, guys. The Rake. Apparently it's some sort of weird, creepy, kind of pale monster that people see. It is Halloween, so we're hoping to react to some more horror stuff. I hope you are enjoying the horror stuff that we've had so far. It's been a ton of fun. The video we're specifically watching about the Rake is an infographic show video, which they're always amazing. So I guess let's just shut up and let's get right into it, shall we?
What a year 2020's been so far. The year started out great,
True.
A new decade, a new you, and then quickly spiraled out of control with you ending up in a fight versus Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian, the Joker, you name it, and you've been in a battle royale for your life ever since this crappy year started.
I mean, I feel like I'm still not over processing what 2020 was like. Like, we're nearly at the end of 2021 and I still haven't finished processing 2020 yet.
Not to mention the time you took a job as a combined transhuman civil protection officer and you had your memories wiped so you could forget all about your past horrors, only to have Gordon freaking Freeman reappear after 20 years and ruin your day all over again.
Okay,
well,
that was a Half-Life reference. I've never played Half-Life. Let me know in the comments if I should play it. I've never played it.
That's it. You've had it. You're officially retiring from the world and buying a nice, quaint suburban home somewhere where the biggest threat you'll have to worry about is your neighbor Joe growing greener grass than yours. Your first night into suburbia bliss, though, and you wake up with the strong urge to check the window. Confused, you groggily walk over to the window and peer outside, only to feel your blood run cold. Standing there in a sort of half-crouch is a person. No, it's a thing of some kind that looks vaguely like a person. This monster is tall, skinny, and has two deeply set eyes that are boring straight into your soul. Seriously, you just can't catch a break. When did you officially take over Bruce Campbell's job and become humanity's last line of defense against evil, the wicked, and, well, just plain weird? You resign yourself to your fate as you reach for the nearest baseball bat because you may not have a chainsaw hand, but you're officially in a fight to the death against the legendary internet monster, the Rake. The Rake is a recently rediscovered monster with origins in the 12th century.
A rediscovered monster? What? This video is going so quick. I know it's kind of like doing a bit of comedy there, and we're just getting into the explanation of what the Rake actually is. Maybe we'll like Google some pictures after this and we'll react to some pictures. What do you think? I want to see what this is all about.
When it was first reported, the creature appeared to be extremely rare, however, and there may have been accounts pre-12th century, but the 1100s is simply the earliest documented accounts of the creature that have survived to this day. What exactly the creature is, though, remains a matter of discussion. Accounts on the creature's behavior range from the benign to the outright hostile, with some witnesses reporting that the creature simply observed them for long periods of time, and others saying that they or someone they know was physically attacked by it. Its motives are impossible to determine.
Could it just be like a bald bear? Could it just be a bald bear?
And its transitions from peaceful observation to violent outbursts are so alien that some have theorized that the Rake may indeed be an extraterrestrial creature. It's not even known if the entity is a single creature with an incredibly long lifespan or multiple creatures that have survived for centuries. Where it originated is also unknown, as the earliest reports come from Europe. Yet one account from a sailor in 1681 during the exploration of the New World seems to indicate that the creature threatened him to return with his crew to England and never return.
See, I presumed it was in America, right? I would say most modern cryptozoology stuff, right, which is a new term I figured out recently, is based in the US. But if you think of cryptozoology, it like started in Europe, right, with all the classic European monsters that you see in folklore, from Scandinavian folklore to Celtic folklore to Polish folklore, kind of like The Witcher and stuff like that, you know. But the more modern stuff, like Bigfoot and all that lot, is pretty much in North America. But there may be other ones that I am ignorantly unaware of. Let me know in the comments.
While motives and even the nature of the creature are still unknown, there are two common behaviors of the Rake widely reported in eyewitness accounts.
Okay.
First is its propensity to visit sleeping individuals who are awakened when they become aware of its presence. Nearly every time the creature is discovered sitting or crouching silently at the foot of the bed. And oddly enough, some witnesses claim to feel terror upon discovering it, while others feel curiosity or even a sense of compassion. Upon realizing that the witness is awake, the rake will approach and typically touch the individual, sometimes causing an almost psychotic fear response that lingers long after the creature has left. Some investigators claim
I can just imagine that being at the foot of my bed, waking up and seeing that, give it a good old kick in the face.
the government is aware of the creature's origins or intentions and is actively working to frustrate the efforts of research into the rake. After an outbreak of sightings in 2003, the story, which was widely reported in the media at the time, mysteriously disappeared from all media. The information blackout even stretched into electronic sources and eyewitness accounts, which were systematically purged from websites across the internet.
That's
While
weird.
the who behind the cover-up isn't known, what's clear is that only the US government or perhaps an alien entity could have the resources to undertake such a massive purge of information.
Did that actually happen? They completely purged all the information? That's so bizarre.
The rake continues to be seen to this day, even occasionally being caught on infrared camera traps used by hunters. The creature stands out at around 6 feet tall, though seems to prefer to move on all fours and rarely ever stands unless threatened. It has 2 deeply set eyes and a small mouth which unhinges to become much larger, displaying rows of large but dulled teeth. Its long fingers end in sharp claws, which has often been used to attack witnesses who attempt to provoke or approach the creature. While the rake is physically tall, it's not particularly imposing though, as it appears to be very thin and scrawny, likely weighing in at around 150 pounds. Other
I could take it. I could take it.
than a viciously savage disposition when provoked or when randomly attacking individuals, the rake is not known to be particularly strong or fast, simply using the victim's own surprise and terror to overwhelm them. Attacks are not known to be fatal, though they can cause extreme injuries thanks to the creature's small but sharp claws. So the rake is haunting your peaceful suburban slice of life. How are you going to fight and defeat this creepy monster of the night?
Just shout at it. Just be like, hey, piss off. Get away, Rake. I'm busy sleeping. Getting some shut-eye. Get out of here. Get out of here, Rake.
First, you want to avoid getting bad touched by the rake because it appears as if the creature has the ability to impart extremely negative emotions through touch. It's possible the rake has some low-level psychic power that requires physical touch, but can leave you filled with a crippling terror that can take weeks or even years to overcome. Given the creature's lack of physical strength, perhaps it developed this ability as a defense mechanism.
Maybe.
To avoid the rake's bad touch, take the advice given to many altar boys and get yourself a neoprene diving suit to wear under your clothes.
Classic.
The skin-tight diving suit can be extremely difficult to remove without your consent, and the half-inch thick layer of material is meant to insulate your body from freezing ocean temperatures, perfect for blocking the bad touch powers of the rake or a renegade Catholic priest. With a hood, this leaves only your face exposed to potential bad touches, though if you're really concerned, you can pick yourself up a hockey mask and protect your moneymaker. The rake's primary weapon seems to be its small but sharp claws, which your diving suit won't protect from.
Interesting.
Take a tip from the wildlife photographers and videographers and buy yourself a steel mesh shark suit, meant to be worn over your diving suit.
A steel mesh shark suit. Like, what happens if you're just cracking on for a run down the street and you see a rake just chilling? And then you're like, get away from me, Rake. And the rake's like, nah, I'm going to come touch you. And it runs after you and puts a slimy, pointy finger on you and makes you all sad. You know what I mean?
That steel mesh suit has been worn by nature documentary makers all over the world and can protect from shark attacks up to a shark as big as a bull shark, making it perfect for things like getting right in the middle of a school of hunting white reef sharks. You've protected yourself physically from the rake, but there's one more ability to be aware of. Further evidence of the rake's low-level psychic abilities comes from its ability to project a soothing or non-threatening aura to some witnesses, despite its monstrous appearance. You don't want to take any chances and have this thing lull you into a sense of complacency, so it can bad touch you all over the place. So you need to get into the right frame of mind. You need to get into and stay in a fighting mood. And for that, there's literally nothing better than some good old Rage Against the Machine. Back in the heyday of the 90s, Rage tried to warn us about the lack of affordable housing, exploitation of workers by corporations, and the widening divide between the 2% wealthy elite and the rest of us. Today, well, let's just say that their music was nothing if not prophetic. So channel your inner anger at being denied a living wage while having your rent increased every year, or the fact that no matter how hard you work, you'll literally never afford a home and spend most of your life repaying student loans which accrue interest. It's time to get angry.
That's making me angry.
And stay that way. It's time to rage against the rake. But how do
Rage
you
Against
defeat
the Rake.
Well, to be honest, it's not particularly difficult. The creature may be creepy and have some low-level psychic abilities, but it's not super fast or super strong. Most witnesses are too shocked by its terrifying appearance to react, but you are a modern-day Bruce Campbell. You've faced hordes of witches, aliens, and demons already. This scrawny nerd is a piece of cake for you. So pick up that baseball bat and head on down to Pound Town, because this internet meme is getting squashed for good. Just avoid that bad touch. Hey, remember?
I feel like if the Rake was real, and we're going to find some actual pictures, they'd be more known, wouldn't it? There'd be dead bodies that they'd see. Let me Google pictures of the Rake. Pictures of the Rake. I feel like we would know more about it. Like, it would be more, like, if it's actually real. No, I don't want actual pictures of Rakes. Let's pull this up. Look at this. This is a mix of monsters and actual Rakes. This picture I've seen before. I think it was on the front of a Mr. Ballin video. Shout out to Mr. Ballin for being awesome. This one's a creepy one. If I saw that, holy cow, I'd be running. I'd be running. Proper fast. Oh, that one's creepy. Got a front bum. Look at that. Ugh. Yeah, so I don't think it's real. It'd be cool if it was. I don't really believe any cryptozoology stuff. Like, I mean, come on, Bigfoot and all that lot. I don't really believe it. I'd love to believe it. Honestly, I'd love more than anything for it to be real. I really would. Do I, though? Do I believe it? Nah, I don't believe it. Unless you've got me, if you've got some good stories, you've got some proof, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know your stories. Members, you're amazing. You're beautiful. Couldn't do this without you. Guardsmen and officers, if you're in the Discord and you have any creepy stories, DM me. DM me, guys. I love yous. Links down below to all my socials, including the 2 different YouTube channels, OriginalHuman Geek and OriginalAdventures. Check them both out. Also, a link down below to the OG video. Go over there, give it a like, and all that good stuff. I want to know in the comments, what are your experiences with the Rake and other cryptozoology monsters? I want to know, guys. Do you believe in them? Do you believe in the Sasquatch? Do you believe in Bigfoot? Are Bigfoot and Sasquatch the same thing? I feel like I'm going to have to learn more about this stuff. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.